Hello. Welcome back to school. Okay, I think I can finally erase this off the board. This was pretty much everything I needed to know for the test for Unit 1. I think my cold is almost gone. Most of my head is cleared up. Just a little bit of a lingering cough, a little bit of a sore throat, but nothing like what it was earlier, a couple days ago and stuff. Okay, this is going to be a catch-up of what's been going on with Latin, talking about the test and the review and everything that went along with it. So I started review, like I had a whole bunch of stuff going on, like the 25th to like the 28th or the 29th, I was uploading review videos and stuff. The 29th, I had 29th, I had a choral concert that I sang in, and like literally that night, like after the concert was all over with and I was in bed sleeping, I got sick. So yeah, the next morning I was like not very well. So I had to cancel all my meetings and stuff. It was a not very good week, but we did get through it. I did have regular classes with teacher. I had Latin class, but yeah, we'll get on to that later. Okay, so we had a test. We had a unit test. Let me show you guys what that looked like. It was like 6 pages long. No, not literally 6 pages. I don't know what these are. Okay, where is that tab? I have a tab for my tests and a tab for written homework. Okay, here's my tab for tests and quizzes. So, all of these are all quizzes, all 100%, because I am really good at Latin. Except for the one, hold on. One of them I got like a 70, no, like a 97. That one yeah, this one I got a 97 on. And that's only because I was stressing out over that top question. And I missed an couple easy points down there. But this is the actual test. So basically, it came in like 5 million parts, and you had to fill it all out. Now, because I'm me, I texted Magister. It's like, hey, are you gonna do an oral portion of the test? He's like, oh, I could do that if you want. It's like, really? Yeah. So, like, this is a couple days before the test. And, like, the day before the test, a couple days before the test, I sent him a blank template, kind of like this, and then, he could type in whatever he wanted. Well, a day, like, the evening before we had the day of the test, he sends me a note saying, hey, I've got some important stuff going on and I won't be able to write up the test, and we're just going to have to kind of wing it or whatever. So I wrote up a bunch of stuff that I knew that I had issues with. Like, I mean, there were some easy points in there too, but there was a lot of like give the person a number, basically parsing the different endings of the verbs. Like if it was bimos, I would have to I'd have to tell what person and what number it was and what tense it was, because those, although I can get them, like I know them, I had to think about them when it came to like writing them out. And I think going through these just randomly through oral, it really kind of solidified things, and it kind of brought things into the forefront. There's like one near the bottom. He kind of had to help me out significantly because I think one, my brain was just getting tired, and two, I had forgot which tense I needed, and I was kind of getting thrown off by that. But he still gave me the point. So that was 70, I think that was 75. And then the actual test itself, the written one, had like 100-something points, 121 points. And then there were some bonus points, so you gotta love that when there's bonus points. So yeah, and there was everything on that oral thing. There was verb conjugations, there was identifying, like if there's like, I don't know, like clamare, I'd have to identify what principal part that was, in a sense of identifying the name. Let me see here. The other thing I did over holiday was a whole bunch of verb parsing things. Yeah, a whole bunch of these things. So I filled out a whole bunch of those. And I got all those right, which is like, yay. Let me see here. What else? What else did I do? Oh, I did, review pages. Like, I bought this book. I found it on the website of Memorial Press, and I was like, that might be interesting. So I bought it, and initially it's supposed to be used like between Latin classes. Like if you get done with first form Latin in the spring, and then you have summer holiday, and then you go into second form. This is supposed to be like a little review book thing that you're supposed to go through to kind of retain what you remember from your Latin class. But because we don't have summer holiday, and holiday just kind of happens whenever teachers don't have class, or whenever they decide to cancel class, that's my holiday sometimes. I just kind of bought it. It's like, well, I'll just use this for like an end of each unit review and kind of use it as like a mock test, because the tests are a lot more pages than just your average quiz, which, you know, currently have been like 1 page. So this was what I did literally the morning of the test, because I was writing out the oral test the night before when I should have been doing this. I was writing out the oral test. So I was working on trying to do a mad dash review of how fast can I complete 6 pages. And I got through like 2.5 pages before test time. So then I just finished up the rest of this the next day just to get it done We finally did, you know, go through and talk a little bit about these sentence diagram things, because the book, I mean, although it talks about it, it puts it way back in an appendix. So that's not very helpful. Let me see here. As far as what we looked at for class, which was very interesting because Magister had to be gone like immediately after class, and unfortunately the weather was not in his favor. The good thing is that the new unit or the next chapter or lesson, it only just covered like the other two parts of the principal parts. So it's basically just memorizing the principal part endings and not conjugating, but, you know, reciting the verbs with the different principal parts and things like that. There's no new vocabulary, no grammar section. So that made it nice and easy considering how chaotic things were. We pretty much just left right after class. He gave me a ride back because the weather was getting really bad and it was just not safe to be walking nor driving. So that pretty much covers everything as far as Latin goes and updates on that. I did run off some copies. This might be interesting. I did run off larger copies of just the endings. One page has the perfect system and the other page has the present system. And so I ran those off and I'll put those in like sleeves and have them for reference pages. I also made up one of these, which I thought would be good for later filling out with the different verbs and then like having the English translation alongside it, because some of these you can translate in multiple different ways or something. So there's all the different people or whatever. This one didn't print out right, but it is what it is. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. But I made up one of those. I don't know if there's another chart or something I made off or not. Let's see what yeah, there's another chart that I made. Kind of going off that other one with adding the principal parts was pretty much all I did. Was I made a blank for the principal parts. So when I use up all the old pages, I can run those off or whatever. But either way, I think doing all this extra verb things and like writing them all out and stuff is actually helping me because I'm actually retaining this stuff. This is very similar to this other pile here. Not that pile. This pile. So like these things has all the different verbs and I just kind of work on them as I learn the different tenses. This will actually just be a continuation, similar, except it'll be involving the different tense endings. So like in the workbook, I think it gives you like, I don't know, 12. I don't know. It doesn't give you enough. It just doesn't give you enough. So it gives you some here, but it doesn't go through all the verbs and stuff. And so I thought, well, I'll just make my own sheet and then I could just literally drill these endings until I know them. And this is just for the first conjugation. This isn't for all the other ones. I'll probably make one of these for the other ones when we get to the second conjugation, which won't be until the end of first form Latin, which is kind of weird because it sounds like second conjugation is very similar to first. But yeah. So I think that pretty much covers everything as far as what we're up to, what's been done, all the good stuff for Latin studies. It won't turn off. Please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget, ring the notification bell for all notifications.